Today, Caillou is learning that sometimes being a gangster is harder than it looks. Caillou was walking down the block when he saw his two poop-slinging slaves, Jeffrey and Jason, hanging out by the corner. They weren't selling lemonade like Caillou expected. No, they were selling smack. "We made enough to buy 6 gumballs and a pair of used knockoff Jordans," Jason bragged. Jeffrey nodded. "Yeah, Caillou. We're in the game now." Caillou's eyes widened. He wanted in too. He wanted gumballs, and he wanted knockoff Jordans, even though his feet were still too small for them. "I want to join," Caillou shouted. But Jason and Jeffrey shook their heads. "This life ain't sweet out here for a pimp," Jeffrey said, while counting 3 nickels and a Canadian quarter. Caillou didn't understand what that meant, but he knew it was serious, because Jason was holding a plastic bag, like it was treasure. "You gotta get initiated first," Jason explained. "Rob Old Man Henderson across the street." Caillou gasped. Old Man Henderson was the one neighbor who let him come inside and play video games. Well, as long as he had his shirt off. He had an original Xbox and always gave Caillou fruit snacks. "I don't want to rob him," Caillou whimpered. But Jason shoved the pole into his hand anyway. "You have to. That's the rules." So Caillou, with tears in his eyes, marched across the street and knocked on Old Man Henderson's door. "Hi, Caillou," Old Man Henderson said kindly. "Want to play Halo? Just leave your shirt at the door like usual." "I'm sorry," Caillou muttered. Then he took Henderson's wallet and ran away, dropping half the cash because he tripped over his own shoelaces. The narrator whispered sweetly, "Caillou didn't know what loyalty was, but he knew betrayal tasted like chalky fruit snacks." When Caillou returned, Jason and Jeffrey were impressed. "Not bad," Jason said. "Now for your final test. You gotta whack a cop." Caillou froze. A cop?" Jeffrey handed him a much larger pole. "Yeah, here's your tool, lil nig. Go handle it." It was then that Caillou realized that shit really ain't sweet out here for a playa. "Ol' whiny head-ass bitch, go get your racks up, thug life, ain't choose you, nigga. Take your freshly peeled, hard-boiled eggheads ass out here, nigga. Bitch made, nigga. Old pussy-ass boy. Fuck outta here, pimp." Still, Caillou took it and walked nervously toward his target. He spotted a police officer standing by the corner store, sipping a Slurpee. Caillou held his breath, ran up behind the cop, and started spraying. But Caillou missed every one of his shots. Caillou's aim was so bad that if he was shooting at Martin Luther King, he would have seen the fall of the Obama administration before even one of the bullets grazed his shirt. The cop turned around. "What the hell, kid?" the cop barked. The cop started chasing him, but Caillou had one advantage. The officer was a fat man who ran like a refrigerator on rollerblades. Caillou sprinted through backyards, ran through a gay pride parade, and eventually lost the cop, who gave up and collapsed on the sidewalk, wheezing like an asthmatic trombone. Caillou was safe, but he was shaken. He collapsed on his front porch, out of breath. Jason and Jeffrey caught up with him. "See? Now you know, Caillou," Jason said. "Yeah," Jeffrey added. "Shit ain't sweet out here for a playa." Caillou wiped the sweat from his forehead. And that's when Caillou realized he really should just leave crime up to the wet cardboard people. The music played gently as Rosie walked up to Caillou with a mask and Nerf gun, imitating robbing him. Caillou didn't understand organized crime, but he knew one thing. He was going to stick to his nice little white boy life.